vengeance, retaliation, or by giving up on people quickly. It is a patient love, as Jesus Christ is patient with you in regards to what you do and how you act in your growth in Jesus Christ. It is patient. Love is genuine. What it does not. Charity envies not. Love does not envy. Do you envy anybody? Ask yourself a question. Honestly, don't do it as looking in the mirror, because that's not the real you. That's just a reflection. Are you envious? Are you envious of others? Though we use the two words very similarly, jealousy and envy have a distinct meaning throughout the Bible. Jealousy is often a strong desire to protect a faithful, committed relationship. That sometimes jealousy can lead you all the way to murder and killing and harm and possession of the other person. Jealousy. The Bible sometimes refers to God as a jealous God, his love for his people, because he desires them to be faithful to him. Example, Zechariah 1:14. Envy is desire to obtain what other people have. Envy. Are you envious of what others have? I have the unique spirit in me that when other people have things, it's like I have it. I appreciate it so much that they have it, and I'm so happy for them that it's like it's mine. I have it too. If you have it, I have it. That's the spirit in me of how I see other things that other people have. I'm thankful for the spirit which Christ has given me. Perhaps that is good. Perhaps that may be wrong. But I'm happy for other people when they have things, because it's like, in a sense, I sense that it is mine as well. If they have it, it is mine as well. I don't take possession of it, but I'm happy for them that they have this or that or the other. Envy is a desire to obtain what other people have, often accomplished by feelings of bitterness or hatred. Envy and covetousness are never motivated by genuine love. That is from the deceiver, the liar, Satan, enviousness. Charity vaunteth not itself, and is not puffed up. At the same time, a person who loves does not try to make other people envious by bragging about the things that he or she has. Loving people are not prideful and do not seek to draw attention to what God has given them. Paul was thinking here especially of the pride that people might take in their spiritual gifts. Since all gifts are given by the same Spirit and all are equally important to the church, it is senseless to boast about them or to envy what someone else has received. In the church, are you envious of other church members? That's of Satan. If you're envious of other people that's in the church, your church brothers and sisters, support them, love them. Every one of them is special. Everyone is special, and you should treat them with love and empathy as to who they are and what they are. Everybody has different gifts. Some people are not as bright as others. Some people can do different things different than others. Be happy for all of them. Be happy for all of them. Okay? Does not behave itself unseemly. Paul emphasized 4 things that people driven by love will not do. The Greek words translated behave and use one another's time in the New Testament. In other instances, Paul advised unmarried men not to act uncommonly by failing to honor a commitment to marriage. 1 Corinthians 7:36. Love does not lead us to do anything that would be ashamed of later. Following from Paul's verse 4, Paul was probably thinking of envious or prideful things, we might say. Be very careful. Be very careful in what you say and how you act. That will betray real love. Real love does not do things that will harm other people. Real love does not do that. Seeketh not her own. Love seeketh not its own. Pride and envy are categorically eliminated by the fact that love is not selfish, but instead it always acting in the best interests of others. Look at that. It is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil. Love is not expressed in hot temper. Of course, we may be angry in the sins that people commit, and many be frustrated by their poor choices, but these feelings should be motivated by genuine concern that the person is doing something harmful to himself other than the cause of Christ. For this reason, love is quick to forgive. Thou keepeth no evil here means that we should not continue to harbor ill feelings toward those who make us angry. Instead, we should forgive them what needs forgiving and forget the small stuff. Forget the small stuff. Rejoice not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. Iniquity. Many of the Corinthian Christians seem to have been arrogant about their spiritual gifts. How about you? Are you arrogant about your spiritual gift? Real love, however, always wants to see other people succeed. Do the right thing. Beneath all things, believe all things, hope all things, endure for all things. Look at love. The verse highlights 4 ways that love person treats others with the repetition of all things, stressing that there are ways to act in this way. No matter what people do, love does not break under pressure, but instead bears up, believeth and hopeth. Does not mean that loving people are naive, but rather that love always remains positive. Their attitude is tempered by the fact that love also endured. Far from wearing rose-colored glasses, loving people see the reality of the situation and choose to love anyway. That is very powerful indeed. I want to read that again. Love does not break under pressure, but instead always bears up, believeth and hope. Does not mean that the loving person is naive, but rather that love always remains positive. This attitude is tempered by the fact that love always is endured, far from wearing those rose-colored glasses. Loving people see the reality of situation and choose to love anyway, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how undaunting the task is. Love still stands strong. Early in this letter, Paul drew a parallel between the Christian life and the athletic contest of running and boxing, preparing and challenging, and getting ready for it. Though in the middle of enduring, we may think other people are enemies or opponents to actually Satan, his influence. Instead of competing against others, we extend loving hands of patience, kindness, humility, and so forth to help others cross the finish line with us. What a powerful way of saying things. Are you about all ahead? Be careful, be careful. This is especially mindful of me in my radio broadcast, and my vision and hope of reaching 1 million listeners. That may happen and may not, but I must work in faith to continue to grow in notoriety, continue to grow in my profession, continue to teach and be a powerful radio source. But love must come through. Love must come through. Must do it for love. For love. Many song titles begin with the word love is, but fail to offer accurate, complete definition. Consider the following. One title declares that love is blind. Did you hear that? One title that love is blind. Another opines that love is blue. A third proposed that love is a battlefield. Yet another contend that love is a losing game. To express the singer's regrets, even having given her heart to another. Oh, what powerful words. They're all them depicting love. But what is true love? What is true love? None of these songs express the biblical truth about love. The foundation and the real truth of love is based on the Spirit of Christ, agape love. The love that Jesus Christ has for you is the love that you must have in your heart for others, to show empathy, to show concern, to be aware of. to be forgiving of all that is done, to be patient, love. Paul clearly explanation to what love is and what love is not often contradict contemporary thinking on the subject. What steps can you take to resist secular definition of love? Surface. Just looking in the mirror at love. At the reflection of what you see in the mirror, but not going down to the real root of love. This lesson is very powerful for me today in my own personal behavior. Love lasts. When the gift runs out, charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecy, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. The things of this world will vanish away in a flash. But love, that Jesus Christ, agape love, will not. The verse establishes a contrast between how the spiritual gifts Paul selected 3 gifts from the list that are reveal information about God and His will. The time will come when we will not need such revelation, but will always need love. This is true in this life and in the next. When we fully know God, for we know in part, we prophesy in part. We are not in the way that we are in now, in a growing state of maturity in Christ Jesus, who we will fully be. We are only in part, and the part that is of the world and the physical side will vanish. But the true love and spiritual gifts of Christ in your heart and loving and kindness, I keep using the word empathy for others, will stand. At present, we knowledge of God is limited. God is so great. At present, our knowledge of God is limited. God is so great, so far beyond human comprehension that it would be impossible for any human being to know all there is to know about Him. Indeed, human language could not express all that He is, and our finite minds could not fully grasp His perfection and holiness. As such, even prophecy can provide only spiritual knowledge of God. Any person who takes pride in knowledge should realize that he or she does not know everything. He or she does not know everything. That is profound and well should be understood by all of us. You and I do not know everything. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. This we must understand in regards to who we are and what we are doing. This verse reads like a proverb, a general statement about how things work in this world. Perfect here has a sense of maturity, lacking nothing. As a rule, things that are lacking becomes obsolete as soon as the full package becomes available. Is it regard one person? Is that the perfect thing being referred to is the completion of the New Testament? When that happens, that which is perfect, that which is in part, refers to the previous verses in absolute regarding another theory. See verse 12 below. That is something that we must understand as we move forward in life. The things that we do not know, as we move forward, we gradually move forward and we learn the things that we did not know from the past, but we still do not go back and get those things. We just leave those things alone. It's like a picture. Can you picture in your mind something moving forward through space or wherever it is, and it's leaving a trail behind that vanishes? Have you ever seen a plane up in the sky traveling, and you watch it as it moves through there? It leaves a veil of smoke, a trail of smoke, and the further that plane goes, pretty soon that smoke just disappears. It's gone. All you see is immediately what's coming out as it travels further along. It just disappears. Okay. When I was a child, I